In today's real estate update, we're going to ask the question, Bitcoin versus real estate. If you have to invest here today, would you rather invest in Bitcoin or would you rather invest in real estate? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure that you like this video. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is going to be a quick update. And you already know the deal. We're talking current events, financial markets, how we get on the right side of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. And getting on the right side of the transfer of wealth does include the real estate asset class. So we bring you these real estate updates. Today, I'm asking the question, Bitcoin versus real estate. I'll let you know what I would pick here at the end of this episode, but let's get into the data here, folks. So we just got this one in this week. U.S. construction spending rises for the 11th month in a row in November. Construction data fell short of expectations on Wall Street, but it did rise once again for the 11th month in a row, okay? So Wall Street thought that we were going to grow by a little bit more. We did not hit those expectations, but nonetheless, spending on construction projects rose 0.4% in November to 2.04 trillion, the Commerce Department reported on Tuesday. The figure fell short of expectations, which were 0.6, okay? But construction spending was up every month in 2023 as of November. Construction spending reveals how much government and private companies spend on projects, including housing and highways. The more the U.S. spends on construction, the higher level of economic activity. The government revised spending on construction in October to 1.2% from an initial read of 0.6% increase. So for once, they actually revised a number and it actually is positive. You know, we're so used to seeing the jobs numbers where they give us one number and then every single month they revise it down lower. Oh, actually, we didn't add that many jobs. It was actually much less. That's what we're used to on the jobs numbers, but it looks like in this regard, they did revise up for October. And over the past year, construction spending is up 11.3%. In terms of residential real estate, private residential construction rose by 1.1% in November, with single-family construction rising 2.9% and multifamily construction rising only 0.1%. So multifamily construction really didn't rise much, mostly driven by single-family construction. Spending on public residential construction fell by 2.2%. Okay, so it looks to me like most of this came from the single-family construction, okay, compared to falling on the public residential construction and basically flatlining for the multifamily construction. Now, to me, it looks like we have basically some builders that are just trying to finish off the ongoing projects, the ongoing developments that they got here. And we have a few new ones getting started. I actually see some in my area too. They can't sell off and they can't finish the ones that they've done in the last 2 years. Those developments are still empty. They're halfway finished and now they're just trying to sell off the lots. And we're already seeing new ones breaking ground too. It's pretty incredible in my area. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you seeing in your area as far as new construction? This is very interesting right here, though, when we look at the real data. And I'm going to make a quick point on this. What's happening right now is the existing homeowners are not budging. If they are listing their home, they want top dollar. And the only people that are willing to work and deal, for the most part, I'm just speaking generally, the only people that are willing to wheel and deal and actually are moving inventory is the new home builders, and they're starting to offload. They're starting to liquidate, folks. Check it out. Home builders begin liquidating new home stock. Month supply reaches 9.2. This is from RJ Talks. He says home builders began liquidating new home stock. 9.2 month supply of new houses for sale. We've all known they've been hoarding houses, but they just dumped them onto the market in November. Historically speaking, whenever they do this, it tends to line up with a recession as they overbuild during the boom years and then try to sell them before the market busts. Oh, how dare we talk about that dirty word, a recession. How dare we? No, this time's different, isn't it? As you can see, back during the Great Financial Crisis, this is when they offloaded them. We went all the way up to over 12 months of supply. Okay. And then we did the same thing back during the 90s, same thing late 70s into the 80s. And so we've seen this time and time again. This is data that tracks back for 50 years, that we can track this all the way and see that when the home builders are liquidating, That is a signal of not just a real estate reset. That's a signal for a recession. This is lining up to be a very interesting 2024 with a massive amount of opportunity. And as I've been saying, the problem is that last month that was last week. We just reported we got the Case-Shiller index. Home prices in America just went to all-time highs based off of the Case-Shiller index. Now, we talked about how the Case-Shiller index is skewed because it doesn't include new homes. It only includes existing homes and cuts out a few other exemptions too. And it only includes basically the popular 20 metros or whatever that they've picked out. And so it includes the 20 biggest cities. It doesn't include new homes. It's kind of a skewed data point, but it's been used here for a few decades. And we just reported the highest price ever, all-time high for the Case-Shiller index, which is what is leading most folks who see the turbulence. They see that things are getting a little shaky out here. If you're tapped in with our show, we decode the economic data on a daily basis, and we're highlighting just how bad it is. We're way past the point of a little bit of turbulence. No, this thing's crashing. And so what we see right here, Kobesi Letter sharing this from Reventure Consulting. Just in a record 85% of Americans now say it's a bad time to buy a house, according to Reventure. 2 years ago, just about 30% of Americans thought it was a bad time to buy a home. And even in 2008, during the worst housing crisis of all time, this metric did not top out at 85%. In a market with high rates and supply levels 40% below the historical average, affordability is at all-time lows. Homebuyer sentiment has never been worse. But that right there is one of the problems, right? We are going to continue to have higher rates for longer. That's a problem. And then the supply levels are 40% below the historical average. This is what's leading to that Case-Shiller index achieving a new all-time high. This is what's leading to bidding wars still taking place today in some suburbs outside of these cities. You look at markets in the Northeast and, let me know what's happening in your market. Is your market up or down? Let me know in the comments down below. And then let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Bitcoin or real estate? I want to share this tweet right here from Mitchell Hoddle on Twitter. He says, Bitcoin is going up forever. Okay, sure. We'll see how that program works out. For the exact same reason the stock market and real estate have gone up forever. The currency in which they are being measured in is getting devalued. It's not a difficult concept to understand. Save in hard assets, Bitcoin is the hardest asset. Okay? Even though what? Doesn't it? It only takes like 3 lines of code to actually change the supply of Bitcoin. I'm just going to stop myself right there. You guys let me know in the comments down below. You guys already know how I feel, right? If I had to invest today, right now, it depends on how much I'd have to allocate. I know you guys want an answer from me. If I had a significant amount of capital, it might be a different story. If I have $500 to invest, well, you can't even buy a real estate deal for $500, right? This is why so many folks are leaning in towards a get rich quick program, is because we only have $500 to invest. We only have $2,000. I get that. That's where I started back in 2018 when I first started investing. It was in Bitcoin. It was thinking and believing in narratives like this, Now, to his point, he shows the chart right here of M2 money supply in the trillions of dollars versus the S&P 500 index. It's pretty easy to see that correlation. And this is why, I do think that Bitcoin will go to a higher price. I think it very well could hit $100,000. This bull run very well could. Can you find better opportunities in that regard if you're going to go to a risk-on bet like a cryptocurrency digital asset? Yes. And so if I had to pick Bitcoin or if I had to pick Bitcoin or real estate, I would be picking XRP. But, I understand the reasoning here for why folks get into Bitcoin. They get excited, and that's fine. For me, I like real utility, which is why I like real estate. And what I'm looking forward to investing in real estate is utility. Affordable housing, utility housing, and then I believe that commercial conversion is another way to get utility out of buildings that have lost their utility, of vacant office, of vacant retail, of, misallocated resources across the real estate sector, brings in massive opportunity for us to step in. And that's why I'm so excited to really begin investing in real estate this year. So as I look for a family house for, the family, and then also getting the real estate investment portfolio started, it's going to be an exciting 2024. I'm excited to take you guys on the journey with me. So if you guys want to come along, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments down below what you're picking: Bitcoin, real estate, or maybe XRP, maybe a cryptocurrency with utility. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys want to get tapped in with us, everything is over at my website, zachrector.com. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. Thank you so much.